What does Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, Smashing Pumpkins, Alice in Chains have in common? They had amazing guitar players with amazing riffs. These are some of my favorite 90s alternative riffs right now. This first one comes from Foo Fighters. Now, as we know, Dave Grohl started as a drummer in Nirvana, and after Kurt's death, he kind of rattled around for a bit, and he finally started making some demo tapes, and those demo tapes ended up being the first Foo Fighters record. The Color and the Shape album is one of their finest albums, and this first song comes from that album. This is Everlong. In 1994, Pearl Jam had just released their Versus album. They came to MTSU, where I was going to school at the time. And I worked in what was called student programming. One of the cool perks about doing that was I got to go help set up for concerts. I got to set up for Rush, which was amazing, like before everybody got in. And so they're bringing all their equipment in, and you're helping basically the roadies that do it for a living. You're kind of their roadies, if you will. And so I got to stand and watch Rush for free. And so finally Pearl Jam was coming on the Versus tour, and to top it off, they had King's X with them. I mean, come on. King's X is amazing. I get to the arena, day of the show. Where am I going to work? Hey, Dan, you're going to have this wand, and you're going to go down, way down the street, and you're going to wand people in, and you'll need a raincoat because it's raining cats and dogs. Now, this was kind of this is a former life. This is kind of some time ago, okay? And so I need to go use the restroom. And so I walked into the arena, and I disappeared. I would go down to a seat, and someone, hey, that's my seat, I'd move, but I saw that whole show. Now, the next album, Vitology, has one of my favorite Pearl Jam riffs on it. This is Corduroy. I got into Stone Temple Pilots for a while, and Dean DeLeo is just an amazing melodic player. This riff really showcases just how melodic he was within just a simple chord structure. This is Plush. So as music morphed in the 90s, it seems to me I always break it up in two halves. The first half was depressed grunge rock, and then the latter half was more fun. And I'll tell you, I started being in cover bands at the time of the late 90s, and there was, for my money, no better time. We had Sugar Ray and Third Eye Blind. I might not have listened to these songs or really liked them, but to play them in a bar and to have everyone freak out and just have a good time, it was awesome. This one is from 1999 by the band Lit. This is My Own Worst Enemy with this little riff. I was in a band called Monkey Shine with this amazing singer. His name was Brian, and he's no longer with us, but he loved the Smashing Pumpkins. I'm just going to do this one for him. This is 1979. I have a friend of mine, his name's Dave Moody, and Dave is an amazing guy. He's in a band called Hairball, which is amazing. He grew up in the same area as I did, and we would go to shows. And one of his funny things he would do at every show he would go to, he would get to like a quiet moment in that show, and then he would say, "For God's sakes, play some Weezer!" And they would all look at him like, "Dude, you're at a Cheap Trick show." Finally, the day did come where he was actually at a Weezer concert. I wasn't at this show, but what I heard, legend has it, that he actually screamed, "For God's sakes, play some Weezer." And they all looked at him like an idiot. And this is Say It Ain't So, a 90s staple. The year was 1991, and this band came in and basically obliterated all the hair bands seemingly overnight. And this, to be honest, I wasn't into him because of that. And I thought, Kurt Cobain, he's a decent enough guitar player, but not like I was used to. I was used to Eddie. I was used to Steve Vai, George Lynch, Warren DeMartini, these guys. But I can't deny the power of the riff of this song. Of course, this is Smells Like Teen Spirit, starting on F. Doom, 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 So I remember Woodstock 94, and the big image of that entire festival to me is the mud-slinging contest with Green Day on stage and getting just pelted with mud. And so they played the song that day, and I love the riff. This is When I Come Around. So I still get requested this song when I play out, and it's a Pearl Jam song, an amazing tune, cool riff, and it's got just great lyrics, to be honest. And so this is Better Man. Chili, I got my jam. Can't find a Peter Pan. This next song wins the award for happiest lyric, most well-centered individual. I kid, but I love the riff of this song. This is Bullet with Butterfly Wings by Smashing Pumpkins. I was living in Nashville, and tickets for the Kiss reunion tour in 1996 went on sale. And finding out that it was the second show was in Louisville, me and a buddy Jason, who I was in a band with at the time, drove up to that show. And my mom actually got me tickets because she didn't get me tickets in 1979, the last time I could have seen the original four of Kiss. So I'm at this show, and Stone Temple Pilots was supposed to open the show. And Scott Weiland had fallen off the wagon, and he was in rehab. I'm sure they were really mad. And the opening band we had that night was none other than Alice in Chains, and they opened with this song. This is Again. The 90s were an amazing time for me. I was just getting into college, then coming back home and just starting my life, really. And these songs were all around as a soundtrack to that time. And so I hope you enjoyed these riffs as much as I enjoyed playing them. As always, friends, don't let friends go without metal. And we'll see you real soon.